Wife is furious because a new employee sat on my desk, made come back to bed jokes, and everyone at work already knew she had a crush on me while I was completely oblivious. I need advice badly, so I'm trying here. Mods, please don't remove, I'm desperate. I know this is long, but it's necessary. My marriage might be on the line. Help a bro out. My wife and I have been married for 2 years, together for 8. She's never been the jealous type till just recently with this situation, and honestly I'm completely lost on what to do. Like, this isn't her at all and I don't know how to handle it. I started a new job about a year ago. It's a management position and requires a lot of recruiting. I've been doing pretty good building a team. I need to in order to advance further, and I'm so close to getting that promotion I've been working towards. I make great money doing what I do and have been able to give the wife and I a much better quality of life as a result. We were able to finally buy that house we wanted, take a couple weekend trips, and I even surprised her with a new car for her birthday. Things have been good, really good, up until this whole mess started. Our relationship has always been solid. We met at a friend's party. She spilled her drink on me and then spent the next 20 minutes apologizing. I thought she was cute when she was flustered. We exchanged numbers and the rest is history. She's always been super supportive of my career. When I was struggling at my last job, she encouraged me to take a risk and apply for this new position. She believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. That's why this whole situation is so frustrating. She's never acted like this before. Anyway, one of my recent recruits is a young female. She's a great addition to my team. She brings in awesome numbers, very teachable and all around just fun to have in the office. And yes, she's very attractive. But I'm faithful and love my wife and would never do something inappropriate. I'd never even consider it. My wife is honestly hotter anyway, not that it matters. The weird thing is my wife absolutely hates her. I'm not used to this from her at all. I've had female friends and colleagues in the past. Attractive ones too. It's never been a problem. But this girl, holy shit. We've been fighting constantly now. Like multiple times a week. My wife keeps saying there's something off about her and she doesn't trust her. I honestly don't see it. The new girl, let's call her NG, is professional, friendly with everyone, and just a normal coworker as far as I can tell. One night my wife was going through my work phone, which I let her do, I have nothing to hide, and saw some texts between me and NG. It was all work related, scheduling meetings, discussing clients, normal office stuff. But my wife got all weird about it. She started questioning why NG was texting me at 8 p.m. I explained that we were finalizing a presentation for the next day, but she wasn't buying it. It's like she's convinced herself that something is going on. Part of team building and keeping your team motivated is being social with them. This is encouraged by the higher-ups who even cover the cost of nights out to hang out with your team in an informal setting. We call them team bonding nights and they happen about once a month. We encourage team members to bring their spouses too, since it's supposed to be a fun night out. My wife has come to most of these and usually has a good time. She gets along well with everyone else on the team. Well, like 3 weeks ago, we were supposed to have one of these nights. But we had 2 road trips going on, so most of my team was out of town. I only had NG and another new guy in town, and the new guy bailed last minute because his kid got sick or something. Normally my wife would come, but she was working that night. So it ended up just being NG and myself, eating wings and having some drinks at this sports bar near our office. It wasn't even my idea to still go. NG was the one who said we should still do it even though everyone else canceled. I didn't think it was a big deal. We're adults, not teenagers. It's perfectly normal for coworkers to grab food and drinks. I would have done the same with any of my male employees. My wife called to say she was off early and could come join. But I decided that since everyone was gone, that maybe she should sit this one out because NG was really new and I didn't want to third wheel her. I thought it might be awkward for NG to suddenly have my wife there when she was expecting a team thing. I thought my wife would understand, but nope. Wife didn't like that at all. To top it off, NG thinks she's being funny and says loudly, "Come back to bed," while I'm on the phone. She was obviously joking, but my wife gets pissed hearing that. It's unprofessional for me to fight with her on the phone in front of a new recruit, so I kinda cut her short and said I had to go. My intention was to smooth it over later. I also BTW, told NG that wasn't actually funny and it was also inappropriate, and I'd appreciate her holding herself to a higher professional standard in dealings with people related to our business in the future. She seemed to understand and apologized, saying she was just trying to be funny. We ended up finishing our drinks and I went home. NG wanted to check out some other bar nearby, but I said I had to get home to deal with my wife. NG made some comment like, "Oh, is someone in trouble?" Which I ignored. I just paid the bill and left. Well, wife wasn't having it when I got home. She went off on me for like an hour. Why would I not want her there? Why am I alone with this woman? Why would this employee joke about me being in bed with her? On and on and on. Eventually in the berating, I said something like she's not even attractive. You have nothing to worry about. Anyway, I only love you. But my wife said I was lying, which just made her more upset. She's still pissed but calms down a little and whatever. I think we're past it. Then nothing happens for like a week. Things seem to be getting back to normal. I'm careful not to mention NG around my wife. NG has been normal at work, no more inappropriate jokes or anything. Then the following week, I'm talking to a few people in my office somewhat informally. I basically told my team to get in here for a second to go over something about our quarterly numbers. My office isn't very big. I only have 2 chairs besides mine in there. So, those are taken. I have 2 people sitting on a low bookshelf in the back, a few leaning against the walls, etc. It's a small office but we make it work. There were like 7 people crammed in there. NG comes in last, looks around, and sits on the edge of my desk farthest from me. We have our meeting, everyone leaves but NG stays behind. She has a question about what I said regarding the commission structure. Naturally, she turns more towards me as she's talking to me, just normal conversational body language. Nothing inappropriate at all. Well, that's the moment my wife walks in with my phone charger and a Starbucks for me. So all she sees is NG sitting on my desk, leaned in towards me, talking to me. I've never seen my wife act like this but it was embarrassing. She put the stuff down on the nearest surface and just walked out without saying a word. Well, I'm not going to chase her, that'll look bad to my team. So I finish talking to NG then try to call my wife who won't answer. I should mention that my wife occasionally drops by the office to bring me lunch or coffee or whatever. It's not unusual for her to show up. The weird part was her reaction. She's never just walked out like that before. So, I get home later and she's in the shower crying. WTF? I go in the bathroom and pull back the curtain and she's literally sitting in the tub, knees to her chest, crying in the shower. Why? This is ridiculous. So I get pissed off and leave. I call a few work brothers and meet at the bar to blow off some steam. Well, fucking luck of all luck, NG shows up with them because 2 of the guys I called were already with her at some happy hour thing. And she's dressed to the nines. Like full makeup, nice dress. I didn't even know she was going to be there. If I'd known I probably wouldn't have gone, considering the situation with my wife. She takes a big group selfie shot and posts it on Facebook. Well, guess what? Yup, the wife saw it. We're all friends on Facebook because of the team events and stuff. And my wife comments, "Nice to see you having so much fun," with that sarcastic tone. To which NG responds, "He's in good hands." And I know that sounds like innuendo but she swears it's not. I talked to NG the next day and she really said that as an assurance like, "Don't worry, he's in good hands," and didn't even think about the fact it could be misconstrued. I believe her. The bar night wasn't even that fun. I was stressed about my wife the whole time. I had maybe 2 beers and then went home, but my wife was already asleep. Or pretending to be. I slept on the couch just to avoid another fight. Anyway, I get home after work the next day, more crying from the wife. She says I'm being willfully ignorant and that it's obvious this girl likes me and is stirring trouble and that I'm refusing to see it, or that I must really think she, my wife, is stupid. She asked me if she could look at my phone. Then she cried more that I obviously have something to hide. Especially cause I lied about NG being not attractive. Now for the last 2 days I've gotten complete silent treatment. The silent treatment is the worst. She just walks around the house ignoring me completely. If I try to talk to her she just walks away. She's sleeping in the guest room now. I tried to apologize even though I don't think I did anything wrong, but she won't even listen. What the fuck? I haven't done anything wrong. And NG is a good employee. I can't fire her or something just to please my wife. Like, what the fuck does she want me to do? No one's done anything wrong. I don't get what the big deal is. It's affecting my work now too. I'm distracted and stressed all the time. I nearly lost a big client yesterday because I couldn't focus on the call. My boss has noticed something's off and asked if everything was okay. I just said I had some personal stuff going on. I didn't want to bring all this drama into work. My friend says my wife is being insecure and I should just wait it out. My brother thinks I should just fire NG to keep the peace. My dad says I'm an idiot for not seeing what's in front of me. I don't know who to listen to. So Reddit, I to hear? What should I do? Update 1. Okay guys. It's clear you all think I'm at best the stupidest person alive and at worst some kind of monster. I can't believe this blew up. RIP my inbox. There's no way I can respond to all of these comments, but I want to clarify a few things. First off, I would never sleep with NG, and while yes, I can recognize that she's physically attractive by most standards. I am not attracted to her. Especially not after all the fucking drama her very existence has been causing me. I never meant to imply I was into her at all. I'm not blind, I know when someone is attractive, but that doesn't mean I want to sleep with them. For all of you saying I should have let my wife come to the dinner, you're missing the point. The point of these team outings is for team bonding and spouses are allowed, but I thought my wife would be tired and I didn't plan to stay with NG for long. And yes, the come back to bed comment was inappropriate. I addressed it immediately. What more did you want me to do? Fire her on the spot for one bad joke? That would be an overreaction. For those asking about NG's behavior, yes, she's friendly. Maybe too friendly? But she's like that with everyone, not just me. She jokes around with the whole team. She's new and trying to fit in. I've seen her sit on other people's desks too, it's not like she's singling me out. Secondly, I'm not a bad husband. We've had 8 wonderful years together and have been through some pretty tough things before and come out stronger than ever. We've dealt with my wife's mom's cancer, she's fine now, unemployment, mine, a miscarriage, painful time for both of us, and even had to live with my parents for a while when we were saving for our first place. We've been through a lot together. I've just never been in a situation like this one before. I'm pretty average looking. In fact, my wife is very attractive and normally, it would be me with insecurities. But I've never made my insecurities her problem. Thirdly, I'm willing to admit some of you may be right about what's going on. If it's so obvious to so many people including my wife, I'm not arrogant enough to say you're all wrong and I'm right. I mean, I posted for a reason after all. Maybe NG is into me? I don't know. A lot of you are saying I'm being naive. Maybe she is flirting with me and I just don't recognize it because I'm not used to that kind of attention. I went back and thought about some other interactions with NG that I didn't mention in my original post. There was a time she asked me to help her move some boxes in the storage room. Maybe that was unnecessary? There was also a time she complimented my new haircut and touched my arm while doing it. Is that flirting? I honestly don't know. I'm terrible at reading these signals. Finally though, I'm still not sure how to proceed. We don't have an HR department as we're still a small office. It's basically my boss, 2 other PPL at my level and our teams. We're in management and sales BTW, I probably should have mentioned that. The way you guys are talking, I'm a little frightened that this could get turned on me if NG wants to be vindictive or something. I haven't done anything inappropriate, but I'm higher up in mail. And given how I've apparently fucked this up, how would my wife react if NG tried to allege anything against me for letting her go or something? A lot of you are saying I need to choose between my marriage and this employee. I get that. But it's not that simple. This is my career we're talking about. I've worked hard to get where I am. If I fire NG without cause, that could blow back on me. If I tell my boss the real reason I want her gone, I'll look unprofessional. If I transfer her, she might still cause problems. I'm really stuck here. I want to fix things with my wife, but I don't want to risk my career either. Everyone's telling me to get rid of NG, but it's not that simple. Then again, my marriage is important too. I love my wife. I don't want to lose her over this. But I also don't want to set a precedent where she can decide who I work with. That doesn't seem healthy either. I'm going to try to talk to my wife again tonight. Maybe I can get her to calm down and we can discuss this rationally. I'll update again if there's any development. Update 2, okay. Well, I've been talking to my wife off and on all day since I posted. Been echoing some of your sentiments and apologizing. Trying to be empathetic. But she really isn't too interested in anything I have to say, although is actually speaking to me nonetheless, so I guess that's something. At least the silent treatment is over. I gave NG an assignment that requires her to be mostly out of the office and in the field next couple days under supervision of someone else, so we shouldn't really have contact for now while this is getting sorted. I didn't want to have to see her while I'm trying to figure out what to do. I also spoke with one of my coworkers, a guy who's been at the company longer than me. Asked him what he thought about NG, trying to be casual about it. He gave me a funny look and said, "Dude, she's got a thing for you. Everyone can see it." That was a bit of a wake-up call. If everyone else can see it, why couldn't I? I spoke to my boss briefly as well. Didn't give him all the details, just said I was having some concerns about NG's professionalism. He seemed receptive and said we could discuss it more thoroughly tomorrow. That made me feel a little better about the possibility of dealing with this without completely nuking my career. It went about as well as could be expected when I got home. I explained that I really didn't get the whole situation, but that I do now. I showed her this post. I apologized and told her I was willing to do whatever I could to make this right. I reassured her over and over and over again that I didn't cheat on her. She's not sure she believes me about cheating or sincerely understanding what I've done wrong, but in any case, she's incredibly hurt. After much discussion and tears and begging, from me, this is what she wants from me: space. She wants me to move out for a while. And she doesn't have a set time for when I can come back. This sucks, but I get it. She says she needs time to think without me around trying to convince her everything is fine. Counseling, for both of us as a couple and separately. She says this incident isn't the first time that I've been unable to see things from her point of view and have hurt her as a result. And not only that, but she feels she needs help trusting me again. I'm willing to do this if it helps. She mentioned something about my emotional intelligence needing work. Whatever that means. Like many of you, she thinks, putting it mildly, that NG needs to go away, far, far away. And she wants me to tell NG why and wants to be able to listen in somehow. I don't know how I'm supposed to do that. I feel like that crosses some sort of line professionally, whether I'm willing or not. I told her I'd talk to my boss about options for letting NG go, but I wasn't comfortable having her listen in on that conversation. That didn't go over well. Finally, she said she doesn't know what's going to happen with us even if I do all these things. She cried a lot, which isn't surprising. I feel awful and scared and really fucking stupid. I love my wife. I haven't done a good job of showing it lately. I realize that now. But I really don't want to lose her. She brought up some other instances where she felt I've been dismissive of her feelings. Apparently I do this a lot? I didn't realize. There was a time last year when she was upset about something her sister said, and I told her she was overreacting. She's still hurt about that. There was another time when she wanted to redecorate the living room and I shut down her ideas without really considering them. I didn't think these were big deals at the time, but they obviously were to her. I'll be speaking to my boss tomorrow about how best to deal with this as far as letting NG go or transferring her or something. Wife wants her fired, period. I'll see what I can do. I'm in a motel right now. I spoke to my father and he pretty much told me I'm an idiot and to do whatever it takes to fix this. My parents are very fond of my wife. My mom actually called me to yell at me too, which was fun. One thing that's bothering me is that NG texted me late last night asking why I'd given her assignment to someone else. I didn't respond. Then she texted again asking if everything was okay and saying we should talk about whatever's going on. I still haven't responded. I don't know what to say to her. Thanks again, guys. I didn't know how bad this was. God only knows how much worse this would have gotten. I'll update again after I talk to my boss. Update 3, I had the meeting with my boss this morning. It went better than expected. I told him the whole situation, how NG had been inappropriate, how it was causing problems at home, everything. He was surprisingly understanding. He said that he'd noticed some concerning behaviors from NG himself but hadn't wanted to jump to conclusions. Apparently she's been quite flirtatious with some of the clients too, which isn't good for business. We agreed that the best course of action would be to let her go. Since she's still in her probationary period, we don't need to provide a detailed reason. He suggested recording the termination meeting for legal protection, which I agreed to. My wife was pleased when I told her this and asked if she could listen to the recording afterward. I said yes, hoping this would help rebuild some trust. NG kept texting me throughout the day. Can we talk? Are you mad at me? Did I do something wrong? I didn't respond to any of these. My boss said it would be better to have the conversation in person with him present. I stayed at the motel again last night. It's a depressing place. Thin walls, uncomfortable bed, weird stains on the carpet. I could hear the couple next door fighting most of the night. Ironic, considering my situation. I barely slept. Final update, late reply I know, but it was a day. So much has happened since I last updated. NG took her firing, okay I guess. She did heavily deny that her intention was to be inappropriate. She also expressed some upset that it was unfair since other people in the office make jokes too. My boss spoke up at that point to say that others don't make jokes like that and that I had already warned her once about being inappropriate in that particular regard. Again, she denied that her comment about me being in good hands was anything other than an innocent mistake. Again, my boss stepped in and said that as a new employee, she was still under probation and therefore, he could dismiss her without explanation if he wanted and that he just did not feel she was a good fit. He threw the ball back to me, so to speak, and asked if I agreed and I said yes, we were in agreement. The whole meeting was tense and awkward. She kept looking at me like she expected me to defend her. At one point she asked if this was because of your wife's jealousy issues. That pissed me off. I told her it was about her unprofessional behavior, not my wife. My boss backed me up on that. She just sort of shrugged and said, well, I don't know what to say then. Goodbye, I guess. And then as she collected her things and left, she threw a pot shot at me that, in my dreams she'd be interested in me. My wife listened to the recording. I don't think it was what she wanted. She seemed disappointed. I think she wanted me to really tell NG off good. And maybe I should have? But my boss was involved and we were trying to get rid of NG without rocking the business. Wife was happy though that NG is gone. But then she got kind of weird. I was confused because I thought that's what she wanted. She ended up crying and basically said that she was still scared that I'd see NG. Especially with me staying at a motel, who knows what I'm doing. She doesn't know what to think anymore. With me out of the house, she has to trust me. But right now she doesn't trust me. I was honestly confused by this reaction. I'd done what she asked, by giving her space and NG was gone. What more did she want? I asked her this and she just cried harder. She said something about how she shouldn't have to explain why she's upset. I still don't fully get it. Did she want me to be more aggressive with NG? Did she want me to admit to something I didn't do? I'm lost. So I said there was nothing to worry about, like my saying that mattered in any way, and that if she wanted I'd stay at the house but in our spare room or something. That wasn't good either cause she doesn't want me there right now. So, I just admitted that I really didn't know what to do then. She said she didn't even know what she wants either. I ended up taking a beat to call my parents and asked if I could stay with them for a while. They said that was okay. My wife liked that arrangement more as well, I guess because then I'm supervised? I tried not to be insulted by that because I know I'm in the wrong here so I should just take it. While sitting on the couch talking, watching her cry, she asked me to just hold her. I had tried to earlier but she pushed me away. Anyway, so I held her. Then we ended up kissing then, etc. etc. I'll let you fill it in. But I was kicked back out shortly after to pack my things from the motel and go to my parents. She said she still loves me of course but that she's still pissed off and hurt and unsure of things regardless of what happened tonight. And seeing how hurt she is, and being so scared of not having her anymore, I'm really getting how much I've sucked lately and not even just in this scenario. She's been really patient with me and I've been fucking up. I reread my original post and I'm actually embarrassed at how selfish I've been. It's been a weird few days at my parents' house. My dad keeps giving me these disappointed looks, and my mom keeps trying to give me marriage advice I didn't ask for. I feel like a teenager again, and not in a good way. But at least I'm saving money on that crappy motel. Work is awkward now too. Everyone knows NG is gone, and I think they all suspect why. Nobody said anything directly, but I've caught a few knowing looks. I checked NG's social media yesterday, I know, I shouldn't have, and she's already updated her LinkedIn with a new job. That was fast. At least I don't have to worry about running into her again. We've got our first counseling session scheduled for next week. I don't know if this is going to work out but I'm trying. I hope she doesn't give up on me. My wife did say one thing that stuck with me. She said that this situation showed her that I don't prioritize her feelings over other people's convenience, and that's what hurt the most. I never thought of it that way before. I always thought I was being fair and reasonable, but maybe I was just being selfish? For those wondering about where we stand now, we're still in this weird limbo. I'm at my parents', she's at our house. We text throughout the day, mostly about practical stuff like bills or the house. We had dinner together once, which was stilted and uncomfortable. She says she needs more time. I'm trying to give her that. Any advice on what I should do next? Has anyone else been through something like this?